Hey everybody, High Lord Tamberlane with another Obscurity in Miniature, and this one actually is pretty obscure. This is one of Cool Mini's special releases. This is Saint Johan, and Saint Johan here was part of their limited edition set out of 300. This is one of the resculpts for Dark Age. There was an earlier sculpt of Saint Johan, and this is the newer one, and I want to say this actually ended up in the... Oh gosh, it's in one of their starter sets when they repackaged everything, but I'm not actually sure if it's the same kit. And limited edition figure or not, I'm going to enjoy it because I really like this sculpt, and it has gotten to be impossible to find these days for whatever reason. Like I said, he was available in one of their starter boxed sets when they rebranded everything and put all of their Dark Age stuff into larger collected sets, and unfortunately the set that includes Saint Johan is really hard to find now and seems to be completely out of print, and I'm not going to spend like $90 to go get it shipped out of Spain or France or somewhere when I just want the one figure. So here's the actual body. He's got a slot for a 30mm base, I'm assuming. It makes the most sense. He's got two flat parts there on his back to attach his extra blades, and obviously his hands as well. So we have the scything arms that go on his backpack, his scabbards. I'm not sure where the scabbards go, and then the actual swords. One nice thing about these swords is they're actually solid. Unlike some of the other blades on earlier resculpts for the Dark Age line, for example, I'm looking and thinking about the Warwind resculpts. I mean, those things are just so flimsy and thin. I haven't even gotten around to painting them yet, sadly. Let's see, does the card show where his... Just shows him out of focus. Looks like they go right there. So I'm assuming somewhere like maybe where that ridge is? I don't know. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead, put his arms on, and funny enough, there's no base. That's kind of cheesy. I'm sure I have bases laying around though. Let's attach these all on, and then we'll figure out where that scabbard is going to go, shall we? All right, we got Saint Johan done here. Now, first things first, he's going to need some serious green stuffing. His joints did not want to cooperate or glue in. Sadly, his scything arms here on his back really didn't have a good connection point, so I'm probably going to have to go play with those wires and green stuff around that. His hand is sticking up, and you can see there's a huge noticeable gap there. I could not find a good way to get it attached, no matter what I tried. Despite that, I'm still quite happy with the pose itself. Did manage to find a base to put him on. And let's grab a couple other figures from Dark Age just to get a look at how he stacks up. So, you know, looking at him now, this new Warwind is kind of on the small side. Saint Johan actually is a little bit smaller than I was expecting, and that's mostly because the saints, from what I remember in the fluff, were supposed to be these big, larger-than-life, super heroic characters that the main city location had created genetically, kind of like Space Marine, super soldier type dudes, to go and reclaim the wastelands and deserts of the planet. So here's Elijah, who's one of the Forsaken, I believe. And you can see they're pretty similar in size. Let me see if I can zoom it in a little bit there. Whoa, too close. It's better, but you can see here. So our saint friend, I know I have a saint mark somewhere, but I don't know where I put it. So you can see these are the more modern sculpts. He fits in pretty nice. It's just he isn't like overly large. Kind of surprised actually he didn't come with a 40mm base. Although he probably could have fit on one. I do like him on the 30. It's a little bit more maneuverable and easier to put into the thick of things in a game. So more than likely he's going to end up in a game if this is not a test, or possibly even some of our fantasy stuff that we're messing around with. And yeah, the more I look at this dude, he's just really kind of short. He's really kind of small. Or this dude's really kind of big. I don't know. Could go either way. Anyway, good luck finding him. If you do happen to find it, I would say pick this figure up, especially if you like me and are into figures with way too many arms or limbs of any kind, or blades, or whatever the case may be, because absolutely that is one of the things I like to do. I also need to put on his sword scabbards. I did not do that yet. He also reminds me a bit of Quietus, who seems to be somewhat related to him. But overall, I'm really happy. I've actually found this model, got it for a reasonable price. I have one of the 300 ones, so hopefully I will do those other 299 justice. But again, this is Father Johann, somebody else. Saint Johan from Dark Age from Cool Minis, and good luck finding it these days because there's only 299 other ones out there. With that said, this is High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities in Miniatures saying bye-bye.